For 25 years, a woman was locked inside a house everyone respected. While the city lived its life, she was slowly disappearing in complete darkness. In the spring of 1901, an anonymous letter arrived at a police station in the quiet French city of Poitiers. The message was short, carefully written, and deeply unsettling. It claimed that a woman had been held captive inside a respectable family home for more than 25 years, a quarter of a century. An entire generation had grown up. Wars had been fought, governments had fallen and risen again, and yet somewhere behind closed doors, a human life was slowly disappearing. At first, the police dismissed the letter as a cruel hoax. The accusation named the Monnier family, one of the most respected households in the region. Madame Louise Léonarde Monnier was known for her strict religious devotion and generous charity work. Each month she donated significant sums to the poor. Her son, Marcel, lived with her and was regarded as harmless, if somewhat eccentric. To the authorities, the idea that such a family could hide a crime of this magnitude seemed unthinkable. Yet among the older residents of Poitiers, a memory stirred. 25 years earlier, the Monniers' youngest daughter, Blanche, had vanished without explanation. She was remembered as intelligent, kind, and strikingly beautiful. People admired her. The family claimed she'd moved away to live with distant relatives. No address was ever given, no letters were shown. Over time, people stopped asking questions. When police finally arrived at the Monnier residence, they were greeted with calm politeness. Madame Monnier answered their questions evenly, as if discussing trivial matters. But during a search of the house, officers discovered a hidden door behind heavy furniture on the second floor. The moment it was forced open, an unbearable stench filled the corridor. Veteran officers stepped back in shock. Inside was a small pitch-black room. The windows were sealed shut with wooden boards. No sunlight had entered for decades. On a decaying straw mattress lay a figure so thin and motionless that officers believed it was a corpse. Only after several seconds did they notice faint breathing. This was not a body, it was a living person. A piece of jewelry still clung to the skeletal hand. It allowed police to identify her. Blanche Monnier, the missing daughter. The woman who was supposed to have left long ago. After 25 years of isolation, she weighed barely 26 kilograms. She had survived on scraps of food occasionally thrown into the room. Rats roamed freely. Darkness had become her entire world. When Blanche was carried outside, daylight overwhelmed her senses. Her eyes, adapted to total darkness, could not tolerate the sun. As neighbors gathered in disbelief, Madame Monnier stood calmly at a window above, sipping coffee, watching the scene unfold without visible emotion. Doctors at the hospital were horrified by Blanche's condition. As they attempted to clean her, portions of her skin began to peel away. Her hair had fused into a solid mass of filth and neglect. Her body showed signs of prolonged starvation, infection, and extreme psychological trauma. The investigation revealed disturbing details about the Monnier household. Despite her public image, Madame Monnier lived in extreme filth herself. Neighbors later described her as obsessively frugal and emotionally cold. Marcel, the brother, displayed strange behavior and limited emotional responses. Though pitied by some, he was feared by others. In her youth, Blanche had shown signs of mental instability. She experienced sudden mood swings and claimed to see spirits. At times, she behaved unpredictably in public. To the family, confinement became a form of discipline. Locking her away was normalized. No one imagined it would become permanent. At 24, Blanche fell in love with a local lawyer. Their relationship was secret. She became pregnant. For Madame Monnier, this was unforgivable disgrace. That night, Blanche was locked inside the room once again. This time, the key was never turned back. Years passed, servants knew, relatives suspected, neighbors heard cries, no one intervened, society chose silence. Madame Monnier was arrested but died in custody weeks later. Marcel received a short prison sentence, which he fiercely contested. Blanche spent the rest of her life in a psychiatric institution. Her mind never fully recovered. Her final recorded words were simple and devastating. "When can I go home?" This was not just a crime of cruelty, it was a crime of silence. A reminder that the most terrifying prisons are sometimes hidden in plain sight.